No, just
Just kidding about just kidding, right? Exactly. Okay, so ladies, here we have 5-8. All right, so the factoring pattern. Okay, 4. Okay, x squared plus bx plus c. All right. So ladies, and then it said c negative, right? All right. So ladies, how does this pattern differ from previous section? Yes, Ms. Allison.
C has to be negative, not positive.
Perfect.
But also,
Yay.
that means that one of the numbers has to be negative, one of the numbers has to be positive.
Yes.
And that means that adding and subtracting is adding is harder. Oh.
But I'm going to make it easy for you
That's
by
because
not
you're
having to
genius.
consider.
By his wizardish magic.
Magic.
Okay.
mindset. You
It's
ever
a
read
magic
it when
mindset.
Hannah did her magic with the
Oh, with the wand? Yeah. Oh, yes, Hannah. That was totally awesome. Okay, ladies.
I'm gonna laugh
Ladies.
at it. I don't know what's going
Ladies,
on.
let's focus. All right. So the difference is that we have C negative now. All right? We have the same quadratic coefficient of 1. Okay? And now the only difference from the last section is that C is going to be negative. All right, now ladies, let me ask you this. Okay, so in the previous section where C was positive, okay, the words that we used to be able to do the factorization were seek. Okay, eyes up here now. Seek factors of C, the constant, that add up to B, the coefficient of the x. All right? Now, all we've done to move to this section is to change the sign
Which changes
of
everything.
C to make it negative. Do you think that those words we used in the previous section can still apply here?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the same
Perfect.
concept.
Because you know when you come up with a mathematical principle, it applies no matter what kinds of numbers, what signs of numbers, whether you're using numbers or variables, it still applies. So, guys, we will then, for this, with a negative C, still be able to seek multiplying factors of the constant term C that add up to B.
Why
All
would
right.
it be x squared plus bx minus c?
Okay, well,
Which I'm weird.
if I say the C is negative, I will have plus, say, negative 3, all right, which would then appear. Okay, so now what Sydney said was, she said, if C is negative and we're seeking multiplying factors, then what do the signs look like on those?
One is negative, one is positive.
One is negative and one is positive. So,
Adding a pain in the
either way. Okay, you know, okay, it's commutative, right? Okay, so ladies, so let me ask you this. If I have a positive number and to it I add a negative number, so adding a negative, so that is the same as what
subtracting a
operation?
number.
Subtracting. Because guys, what's the definition of subtraction?
Adding a negative number.
Adding a negative.
I'm racing.
Okay, so guys, so now we know that here, adding a positive to a negative is subtracting. And so now we know we're going to have negative signs and we know how confusing those can be. So I've developed a technique that will enable you to not think of signs at first and then only think of signs one time at the very end when you're doing your factoring. Okay? How does that sound?
Good.
Awesome.
You should be an advertiser. You're so convincing.
Thank you so much. Okay, so ladies, let's take a look at this problem right here. All right? So we got this example of y squared minus 5y minus 4t. All right. So, ladies, okay, you see that it's a quadratic trinomial. It has a coefficient of 1 on the y squared term, and now the constant term is negative. All right, so we know that the factors are going to have one positive sign and one negative sign. All right, now watch, ladies. For this process, as soon as you see a negative on the constant term, you know that you're going to be subtracting the factors, right? So what we do is we cover up the signs of the constant term and the middle term. And then we say we are seeking factors of the number 14 that subtract to 5. And what might those be?
7 and 2.
7 and 2.
7 and 2. Okay? So I boldly put my parentheses. Okay? I put my y's in, and I put in 7 and 2. All right. So now, ladies, we know that we are going to have a plus sign in one of the binomials and a minus sign in the other. So now we have to make the decision, and what determines the decision is to give us the negative 5 on the middle term.
Oh,
Yes,
so
Ann?
you try and get the 7 and 2.
Is it going to be 7 minus 2?
Wait. Yeah, okay, we'll get to that in a second. Okay? Good. All right. So, ladies, now what we have to do is figure out to give us a minus 5 in the center. Okay? So, where do I put the minus sign? On the 7?
Minus
On the
7
negative
plus
2.
2.
Minus 7 plus 2.
Wait, why is it minus 7?
Okay, very good question. So, ladies, so say you write that down. Say you write that down, and now we want to check to make sure that it is correct. How do we check?
So 2 signs.
Foil.
Foil. All right.
There's a lot of things.
Okay, so give me the F term.
Y squared.
Check. Okay, give me the O.
Plus
Negative
2y.
Plus 2.
Plus 2I. Hold it in your head. Give me the I.
Negative
Negative
7.
7.
Okay, so a plus 2 and a minus 7 is?
Negative 5.
We check. Okay,
Yay.
and then the last?
Negative 14.
We check.
Oh my gosh.
We check.
It's a miracle.
Okay.
Wait, why isn't it plus and minus? Why is it minus plus? Like, does it matter?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it only
Yeah,
matters
okay.
because it has to add up to the same number. Because if it was minus 2 and just positive 7, it would equal positive 5, but it's a negative 5.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh!
I'm a teacher. Yes.
That
Makes
is
sense.
awesome.
I have
Awesome.
succeeded.
Awesome. Okay,
What?
but
Congrats.
now, but what Victoria is asking is an absolutely legitimate question. Okay? So, guys, so we know this is correct, we just checked it, all right? All right. But say that you wrote it down the other way that Victoria mentioned, that you had written
You would
down
know
y
it's wrong.
plus 7. Okay, so this is a little test we're putting you right here, guys. A test. Y plus 7 and y minus 2. All right? So, say we write that down as a factorization, and of course we have to check it immediately. What is bifoil? What is the the F term, right?
Y squared.
Y squared. Give me the O.
Negative 2y.
Negative 2y, hold it in your head. What's the I?
Plus 7y. And you get
Okay,
plus
together?
5y.
Plus 5y, and then the minus 14. All right, so guys, ladies, what you came up with, with this one, you came up with a plus 5y. So the number is exactly the same, except the sign of the term is wrong. Okay? Does that mean that I have to erase this whole thing and start all over again?
No.
What can I do at this point?
Change the sign.
Just change the sign. You don't have to redo the whole problem. You just know that you've gotten the signs reversed, and so it's a quick correction process. But it only can happen if you check with FOIL every moment. All right. So here you just have to change the change that baby to that, and change that baby to that, and you got a baby.
Yeah.
Is that totally awesome, ladies?